All right, it's recording.
So, welcome everyone to our Wednesday training. So, today's training call will be hosted by the lovely Tierra. You want to be Mrs. Tierra? What do you want to be? Is today Miss Tierra?
Girl, no.
Tierra? Okay.
This Tierra.
So, the call will be hosted by Tierra. We're going to go ahead and let her tell you a little bit more about herself. And so, we'll just dive right in. So, we kind of I like to talk, so I might just ask you questions on the whim as well as net, and then we can open it up to questions from everybody else at the end.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we can start with how did you find out about It Works, and what were you doing before you started?
Okay, so I'm just going to tell my story the way I tell it.
Give you an introduction. Let us know who you are.
Okay, so basically, straight out of high school, I went straight to college to get my bachelor's degree because every influential adult in my life encouraged me to do that. So I wanted to be successful. I always wanted to make good money and everything like that. So I knew I had to get my master's degree because my bachelor's was in psychology. So I went straight through. I didn't take any time off. I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this, get it over with, because I don't want to be in my 30s in school. So I graduated with my master's in 2013, and I got my first big girl job. And I basically looked at the offer letter like, what the heck is this? Where are the other zeros? I did everything right, and this cannot be life. Somebody's playing with me. So I had to take the job, which was in the field of social work. And I don't know if you guys know that field, but basically you have to have experience. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you have to have experience to get the big job. So that was in foster care. I took the position, and I told myself eventually I'll promote, or I'll move around the company until, I get the desired pay. Of course, we now know that moving around the company or promoting is based on politics and stuff like that. So I actually tried to transition jobs a year later to do therapy. So I was an outpatient therapist for 2-3 months because I hated it. And I was going to get my LCSW, but I'm like, if I hate this is the whole purpose of getting your LCSW. There's no point in me doing that. Yeah. So at that time I was pregnant with my daughter. I ended up going back to the foster care job, the same job I had left. And I came home from the hospital with her, and I was like, I never want to go back to work ever. I wanted to spend every single day with her that I could. So I immediately started looking for other opportunities to earn income. Long story short, couldn't find anything. So I told myself again, I'm going to go back to school because, of course, that's what we're told to do. We want to make more money. We want to get ahead. We're told to go back to school. So this time I thought I had it all planned out. I'm going to get my doctorate in education. I'm going to be an adjunct professor and all that. Girl, that was so stupid thinking back now that I got my life together. So dumb, because I could have done that with my MSW. I didn't really need a whole nother degree. But anyway, so I started that, and I found out about the business on Facebook. My cheer sister from college, she basically was posting about it. I watched her for about 6 months. She quit her job, which was a executive Wells Fargo position, and I immediately hit her up because she had 2 daughters, and she was saying she would be able to be home with them. That was all I needed to hear. I was like, what are you doing? How can I do it? I was ready to relocate if I had to. So I hit her up, and I signed up the next day after talking to her. And yeah, so I promoted to Ruby my first month in the business. I started just wanting an extra $500 because I felt like that was, sufficient for daycare, paying for daycare for my daughter. So I wanted that. So after realizing how easy it was to get to Ruby, I was like, okay, I'm going to sign my husband up because that was super easy. I got him to Ruby his second month in the business. And then I kind of remained stagnant for a year. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know the importance of charting and stuff like that. So come February, we went to conference. I got my whole entire life. I came home ready to kill it. And I promoted to Diamond in March, and then I got the $10,000 bonus then, and then I promoted to Double Diamond in April and got the $30,000 bonus then. And I'm charted for presidential now, but I'm working on triple. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's me. Oh, and I quit my full-time job as a school social worker and at the end of the school year, which was last minute, guys. It wasn't planned because I was supposed to get a raise after getting my second master's degree. And basically they told me they're going to give me $200. And I was like, you better stop playing because I'm making more for my business. than I am from this job already. So after hearing that, I was like, this is God telling me that I need to move on and like really devote my time to this business. I had my dream board. I was like crying in front of my dream board, y'all. Like I wrote out pros and cons, and the pros list was like super long. The cons list was like so childish, like, oh, my coworkers are going to be mad at me or something like that. And my mom was like, that is not a con. So
that is not.
but that's me. That's just my personality. Like I really care. Like my line name is crowd pleaser. So like, I really genuinely care about others. So yeah, that was it. And I quit and retired myself, and I'm working this business. So
okay, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Net, you're up.
Okay. Trying to make sure it's quiet in here. Okay, so what does a day in the life of Tierra look like? Like, I mean,
well, now that you're retired
all the time, so we just want to know.
Okay. You said, what did you say?
I say you're glam all the time, but the question is, what does a day in the life of Tierra look like? I know, first kind of give us what it did look like when you were working your job, and now that you've retired from it.
Okay. So basically with working my business, I always try to post at least 3 times a day. I'm more of an Instagram person than Facebook. Like I really don't care for Facebook that much. But I'm trying to, use both platforms. But I definitely try to post 3 times a day on Instagram. I would like every second that I would get at work off, I would like be on my phone, like working my business, following up with people. I just recently started following people on Instagram so that I could like increase my followers and my market and stuff like that. So I just started doing that. I do a lot of self-development research. I watch like YouTube videos of Cami Dempsey, Fallon, Rice, Alina, anybody on YouTube. I try to watch them like every single day. And I try to stress that to my team too, because you will never know enough. Like, just like if you're getting your degree or something like that and you have to constantly do research to pass tests and stuff like that, you will never know enough in this business. It's always something that you can be adding to your skill set. So I definitely do that every single day. I pray. I recently started, like, I would take my chart with me every single place I go. Like, I never leave my home with my chart, because if I'm looking at it and the box is empty, that's like me. I'm getting my phone like, I gotta fill this box. So, and then looking at the volume that I have to get, I'm like, I gotta get this volume down. So I never leave home without my chart. This kind of goes into something else, but basically with my chart, I put like what the person has and what they need. So I like getting that number down because it makes me feel better. So if I'm looking at someone who needs like 300 volume and I can get it down to 1, I'm like, okay, I can definitely do that. Like I ain't worried about that. So that's basically how I work the business.
Okay. So do you feel like you have like, so now that you're retired,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like, so you were doing, so I guess that when you're at work, you found time to work full time, be a mom full time, and still work your business?
And I was working on my doctorate, y'all. Like, yes.
Okay, did you do most of your work at night, or like you said, you did it like at work on your break time, like when you were working? Because I know we have a lot of people on the call who are like full-time students, full-time moms, or full-time workers, and I'm just trying to let them see like there is a balance, like they can use.
I was all 3. So my program with my EDS, it was a 2-year program. I finished it in 1. Okay. So I was going double time with that. And then of course I had Taylor. She was 12 months when I started the business, and I was working full time. I would be on call for work and stuff when I was working in foster care. So if my phone rang, I had to leave the house at like 2 a.m, 3 a.m. So, any free time I got, I don't care if it was like me being in the bathroom or something, I'm working my business. And the reason why I go so hard is because I could not say yes, I guess, to live in the same lifestyle the rest of my life. Like I wasn't retiring at 70. Like that wasn't going to happen. That was not in my future. And I always wanted to be a millionaire. Like I remember telling my mom that when I was in high school. So I just really let that drive me the whole entire time still. So
yeah, and I love that you said that, because I just remember how Crystal always used to say, like, I'm going to work this business, with working full time. I'm never going to leave, and it's so crazy how when you get further in the business, you're really thinking like, okay, maybe, you know, this 9 to 5 isn't working anymore.
Yeah.
I spent so much time in school doing it, but you just see like when you have that extra time, that's what the freedom is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm always telling that now, because at first I was a girl. I didn't want to quit a job. Like I still want to work my 9 to 5, and like now even with my master's, I'm still like I'm gonna work in HR just for a year. But most of the time I tell myself because it's just that time that you want. Like you want the time to do whatever it is that you want to do, and so I think that's what drives me now. So yes, thank you for sharing.
Yes, and I still have friends that join. Like one of my friends, she's a therapist, and she's like, "No, I want to do this the rest of my life." I'm like, "No, you don't, girl. You just don't know yet, but you don't."
Yeah, she might just start her own practice and still do it, but at least she's like her own boss, like doing it herself.
And that's another. I honestly feel as though I'm using my skills, though my social work skills. I'm using them in this business. My education skills. So everything I went to school for, that research I did, I am using it here in this business. So I still feel like I'm using my degree. It's just in a different platform where I can get paid what I deserve to get paid.
And that's what I tell people about me doing human resources.
Mm-hmm.
It makes so much sense. Like,
yeah. And I was public speaking, social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the next question was about consistency. We just wanted to know, like, how are you able to be, like, how have you been so successful with completing your steps to success so many times this year? Because if anybody has followed Tierra's journey, I'm sure like many of you probably do follow her. So you notice that she's been able, like she said, she is double diamond, charted, triple, charted, presidential. So you're obviously able to continue to build your business. So the question was just, how are you able to be so successful completing your steps to success every month?
I think it was like January. January. I vowed to like every single month I'm going to complete the steps to success. No excuses. Like I have to. So I told myself that, and whatever you tell yourself is what's going to happen. So if you tell yourself you got to get 9,000 volume, it's going to happen. Like, so you have to speak things into existence. And I also plant seeds. Like people, like my distributors also often think that the people I'm talking to today, they always sign up today. That is not the case. I may talk to like 5 people this week and they may sign up next month or next year. But because I plant those seeds now, I can feel comfortable knowing like, okay, I got to work next month because those people told me they're going to sign up on this date. So if I quit, then who they going to sign up with? So that is, I'm constantly planting seeds and like stressing to my team to do that too. So.
Yes, yeah. I'm going to definitely re-say what you just said.
I was going to say, re-say the part about people may not sign up the same day.
Right. Because I think a lot of newbies they're thinking like, yeah, when I get it, I'm going to have, this, that, and third. But as soon as they see that rejection of someone saying either not right now or may even say that they're not interested at all. But I've had so many people tell me that, and they end up becoming customers or distributors. Mm-hmm. So it's all in planting seeds. Literally.
Well, that's a good question too. So that can go to another question. So like when you say people don't sign up right away, so what does a follow-up look like to you? I think that's something everybody probably wants to know, because that's the question I get the most. Like, how do I follow up? What do I say next? When should I contact them?
So based on the conversations I have with the person, if it's like real personable or something like that, like I had a lady, she was telling me about her daughter. She just found out she had diabetes and stuff. She's like my daughter's age. So of course that's personable. So I'll check in with her and like build that relationship. But for other people, there is so many people out there, y'all, that need and want this opportunity. I'm not going to keep chasing you if you already told me not right now. You know the date that you told me you're going to sign up. So I don't do a lot of convincing anymore. In the beginning, y'all, I was there. Like, I'm like, you need to do this. Like, come on, sign. I don't do a lot of that anymore because I realize what I have my hands on. And I honestly feel that if you do not sign up for this business opportunity, you're crazy and I'm not. So I don't do much follow-up for distributors. If someone gives me a date, of course, I'll hit them up like the day before, like, hey, girl, you ready to go tomorrow or something like that. But that's about it. If they say no, I say, okay, I'm here when you're ready. I know a lot of times people will get upset when people say no, so they'll just like leave the conversation there or something, and like they don't want to say thank you or nothing back. You still have to let them know that that you're rolling with the punches, because when they sign up, I've had so many people sign up and then they're upset about not getting their customers or distributors the first time. And I'm like, well, girl, remember how long it took you to join me? Like, I have to remind them, like, it took you about 6 months, right? So,
Lord.
I had a customer, I talked to her April 2016, and she actually just purchased something from me this week, y'all, April 2016. And I didn't follow up with her or anything. She just saw a post. I'm telling you, people are watching you like a hawk on Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media platform you're on, the moment that you tell them that you're signed up for this business. So people watch that. So if you're letting that doubt come out, or you're going weeks or days without posting, they realize that, and you're just making yourself look inconsistent and making them feel like, why should I join her if she's not gonna, be able to give me the skills I need to work my business consistently. So keep that in mind.
Yes, definitely.
I love that too. And I love the fact that you said that you don't chase people anymore, because I know that I run into problems now with like a lot of newbies or people on my team. They get so discouraged by the no's, and then they just start like, it comes off like kind of like desperation sometimes. So I always try to tell them, like, don't be desperate about it. Like, this opportunity is amazing. So like you said, they're crazy if they don't take advantage of it. So don't feel like you're missing out because somebody else didn't sign up with you. Like, just keep pushing, and you'll get that person that will sign, and then you'll be happier because that person will be ready, catch the vision, and be ready to work. Yeah. Versus the person that you're chasing. And then, like, if I can see that you're desperate about it, then I'm pretty sure everybody else can see, like, oh, she really needs people, or he really needs people. And so don't ever be like desperate for it. So that's great.
Yeah. And if you have to beg them to join, you're going to have to beg them to work. If you're begging them, then your confidence level is like, you're basically breaking your confidence level, I think, and they're gonna think like, oh, she's not very confident in what she's doing. If you take that no and keep running, and they're gonna be like, oh, she don't need me, So then when they come back, it's like, Tierra, can I join your team? And I'm like, of course you can join my team. So keep your confidence up, guys. Got to.
Right. Okay. So we already have, the question that we have, you already answered, but I am curious, what apps do you use for social media? Like, do you use any specific apps or anything like that?
I use Mom, where's my phone?
Right here.
Is my daughter? Can I hear my daughter?
It's okay. I know. Okay.
She's playing with my mom. Okay, I use Photo R Us and that's FOTORUS, and that's for like doing a border around my pictures, because I feel like that like breaks up the pictures a little bit instead of having like the whole picture there. Fonto, I use that to like write on my pictures sometimes, but I recently started using, or if I'm like, because I'll go to Pinterest to get quotes and stuff like that, but sometimes the quotes on Pinterest look a little blurry. So instead of using those, I'll go to Fonto and like make my own quote using what I saw on Pinterest. And then I use Canva. I just started using that. That's really nice. I think that's about it. Those are like my go-tos.
Yeah, because you have really nice pictures. I'm like, I need a real deal camera.
Exactly.
Real camera, not iPhone, unless I got an iPhone 6 Plus.
Thanks. I just started using my Canon camera, but I use my iPhone 2 a lot. So, yeah.
See, the iPhone 7 got that good camera.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's why I went out and got this one specifically because of it.
I see we have a question. Yeah, we had a question. We can ask that one too, Nat.
Where? I don't see the question.
Can you see it?
Okay.
I can read it. It says, since social media are some of the main ways that we use, the main platforms that we use, what would you say is a good way to increase our followers and then eventually to get more people?
Okay, so I got this tip, I think, from Sherry Rogers. Basically, she said she'll follow a whole bunch of people. So you want to go to people who relate to you. So if you're a mommy, you can go to other moms who are not in the business, of course, and follow some of the people who are following them. Because if you guys kind of have the same page or the same things going on, then their followers will most likely be interested in what you have on your page also. So I follow a lot of people, and then I'll put my page on private for like a day. And people want to see who's following them. So they'll automatically send me a whole bunch of requests, and then I just answer those. And then I also do use the followers app so I can see who has not followed me back so I can delete them later. And I learned this recently. If you guys don't know, you can go to our not following back on the followers app. And then you can click like the 3 dots in the top right corner, and it'll allow you to put it based on the oldest to newest, so you can see who are the oldest people who are not following you back. So you don't. Yeah, it's sort. Yeah, so you click sort by oldest to newest. So research, girl. See,
right? I didn't know that.
Okay. Right. I just got a question too. She said, when people ask what is it works without sounding so scripted, what's a unique way of answering that question without giving too much, if that makes sense? Like, so what's a good
I see, if I get that question, it's usually related to something I posted. So if I'm posting something about the business opportunity, one, I don't answer any questions over social media. I get their phone number and call them or text them first.
Keys. Those are keys.
Yes. I do not talk to them over social media. You're not, like, it's so not personal. Like, no. So I get their phone number and I call them, and I just share. I don't care what they ask. I'm gonna share the opportunity with you, because that's basically what you asking me about the business opportunity. So I just take it there and I share my opportunity with them. I actually just did a YouTube video sharing the opportunity. That's exactly how I share the opportunity with anybody I talk to over the phone. So yeah. That's what I do.
Yeah, so I think she's trying to say, like, if somebody were to ask her, I think maybe she's trying to say if somebody were to ask her what is the business, like, what would be the response? So I guess we would say that it's a health.
You just say, like, it's a health and beauty business. Like,
yeah.
Like, what do you call it?
If they ask me that, y'all, I'm gonna ask them back, like, so are you interested in, like, what are you asking me that for? You know, like, were you interested in joining the business or something like that? So I kind of answer their question by asking a question, because, like, we ain't got time to just be answering, like, go to the website and find out. Like, come on. Like, come on.
That is
so that's how I would answer it. Like, ask them, like, are you interested in the business? Okay, well, let me tell you. And then part of me sharing the opportunity with them, I do go over the history a little bit. So I let them know when it got started. We got started from the reps. The starters were, the people who started business were math teachers and stuff like that. So I let them know as I'm sharing the opportunity what It Works is.
That's really a good way to put it, instead of saying, you know, this is a health, beauty and wellness company, like, you know, network marketing or whatever else you want to say, like, just to get them on the phone and just have a conversation, like, this is what I do versus, like, what in totality it is. And yeah, I like that. I mean, I guess that's what we do, but I never thought of it that way, but I like that you put that out there like that. So yeah.
Okay, so my next question, so, you know, we got our hubbies in the business, and I'm really interested to know, like, how does your hubby work the business, or is it mainly you? Because, you know, we got to know.
No, I am working on that. Like, with the Man Dare Challenge, I'm trying to get him in on that. If I ask him to post something, he will, but I have to ask him. So he's not really, like, working. He sees the potential of the business. He loves it. I love the business and stuff like that. So he's very supportive in that aspect, but he's not even on Instagram at all, y'all. So, and I told y'all I don't even use Facebook. So it's kind of hard for me to tell him how to use Facebook if I don't really use it myself. So yeah, he
those husbands, boy.
It's a question though, because then for the people on the line who do have husbands or guy friends that they're working the business for them, so do you do, like, any of his posting or anything like that? No.
And I tell him, and I tell my team members, because a lot of them come to me, they see that CJ is my business partner, and I explain to them, if you're having a hard time getting your first 4 customers, then you don't need to sign your husband up, because basically you're going to be running 2 businesses. You're making it harder on yourself. So the only time I will encourage one of my distributors to sign up their husband is if they're, like, bringing in buku customers and they need somewhere else to put those customers or distributors or something.
Or like you said, unless their husband catches the vision and is able to like start learning and grasping and really work it on his own. Yeah. I think it's interesting to me because I got maybe 6 men on my team now, but most of them are actually working, like including my father. So I think it's pretty cool because I'm seeing him be so excited about it, and I'm just trying to find different ways that he can like market to more men. So I'm like, some more research, but he's having like a sample party with just men and things like that. And I think that's pretty cool.
In which I'm happy that they did the Man Dare for that reason, like for that work.
Yeah,
it's harder for us to kind of like, because I know when they'll ask my husband like, how did you get to Diamond? He's like, why?
Yeah. So I don't even talk to men about the business opportunity, y'all. Like
me either. I'm scared to cross that line.
And they ask a lot of questions. Like most men are so green. I got
they want all the details. They want to know how to get money like super fast.
Yes.
Just send them a compensation plan if y'all have some. Send them a compensation. Okay. Are you gonna go next?
Well, we did have another question. We can ask that question at the end.
Okay. That is a good question though, Diana.
So I guess the last question we have, wrong text. Okay. The last question we have is, can you share 3 tips with us that, that just pretty much helped you in your business? Like what's some tips that you can definitely say how you went diamond and double diamond, or, what was that fire, that really got you finally, to diamond when you said you were, kind of stand still.
This is the last question. I got a question too. I just thought of one. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Answer that question first, then we do it.
Okay. One prayer. I prayed constantly. When I charted for diamond and double diamond, I literally like laid my hands on my chart and prayed like, God, please help me get the volume I need for this chart. And I knew I had so much faith, guys. Like I knew that prayer was sufficient. Like I knew that he was going to get it done. And it was like down to the last minute. I'm still like, I'm going double diamond today. I'm going double diamond today. So, you have to believe, you have to pray, you have to have faith, guys, like for real. Another thing I did was like really talking to my team, pushing them. A lot of times I see that my distributors, they'll come in and they're just okay with me talking for them and I'm a red, so I'll do it all day. But I want them to like be able to talk to their team and encourage them, because I tell them that at the end of the day, these people signed up with you. Their loyalty lies with you. So I can talk to them blue in the face and they still need to hear it from you, or it's not going to resonate with them what they need to do. So talking to my team and like really pushing them, really encouraging them, letting them know that they can do it, letting them know. And I think my team knows that if they don't do it, then I'm going to do it. So either way, it's going to get done. So it's better if you're working with me. So that's another tip. So talking to your team. And Ashley, I'm sure y'all know, that's like my accountability partner. If you guys don't have an accountability partner, I would highly suggest you get one. I need that girl so much. Like we push each other, and I'm not going to lie and say I never get discouraged in this business. I do. That's with everything that you do in life. But being able to talk to her and like having that person that tells me like, Tierra, we're doing this, that really pushes me. A lot of people get confused and they'll end up talking to a pity partner instead of an accountability partner. A pity partner is gonna be that person you get off the phone and you still pissed off. Okay. Accountability partner is a person that's you're gonna get off the phone and you're like, okay, we gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure out a way for not just me to do this, but for us to do this. So keep that in mind when you're talking to others about the business. Don't let anybody affect your energy in this business. We have enough to deal with. We have enough no's that, we can get discouraged with that alone. So don't be talking to people that's going to affect your energy and make you feel like you're in the wrong place, because you're not. Okay. So I think that was 3. Protect your energy, talk to your team, have an accountability partner, and pray.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And we do have more questions, but I do have one more. Do you have, I got 2 more. Anyway, so do you have like any tips for parties? Because we have like newbies on here who want to do parties. I don't know if you do virtual parties or if you do in-person parties, but anything that you could offer them about like hosting a party or just doing their very first one.
Okay. One, I want to tell you guys, you do not need anything. You don't even need the wraps. If you want to have a party without the wraps, it's totally doable. All you need is your website, yourself, and 4 people. If you feel uncomfortable saying that you need a party, someone told me this last night. We were on a call and it was amazing. Just say, I need to get 4 people together. Can you get 4 or 5 people together? I'm trying to practice. I just started a business. I need to practice sharing my products with others. You can say it to them like that. It doesn't sound as formal. People don't go into it thinking they have to have a bucket of chicken and some coleslaw and everything, spread out, okay? You don't need all of that. All you need is water, wraps, if you're going to have them, your party pad, and just do it, guys. In the beginning, I tell my business partners this. My first launch party was pretty good. After that, I tried to keep doing parties, and the second party I did, no one showed up, and that kind of discouraged me. But I noticed that no one showed up that last day of the month, but I went Ruby, right? So I didn't do another party until the month of March, which is the month I went diamond. I did one party at the end of March. Nobody showed up, and I went diamond that month, okay? I did a party at the end of April. Nobody showed up, and I went double diamond. So now I learned that's my cue that I'm about to promote if nobody shows up. So don't let that discourage you guys. Like, just keep going. Nobody knows that nobody's showing up but you, okay? So, and I also went live on Facebook today. I hear a lot of people saying, like, I'm trying. And I, like, literally hate those words so much, because if you're doing something and, like, I compared it to having my daughter. Like, I had to push her out, obviously, right? Of course, I could have said, I'm trying. But that never crossed my mind to say, because I had to get it done. And I feel like this business is my baby. I got to get it done. And just like with your child, you're going to share every little small success. She just got her first tooth. She just stood up. She just sat down. She sat up straight or something like that. She recognized her fingers today. Like, you need to share every little small success in your business. And that is also going to, like, let people know that you're loving what you're doing. And people are going to be drawn to you. People are going to see that you're happy, and they're going to want to be a part of what you're doing. So I think I just kind of like went left with that. But
that was good. Like, that was
that was real good. I'm sitting here like, yes. Great analogy.
But yeah, so parties. Talk to your loyal customers. Talk to your family members. Have them with each family member. If you got a cousin over here and she know a whole bunch of people, have one with her. Have one with your mama. Have one with whoever you can, so that you can get that volume in. What else? I also started trying to do parties with all of my newbies. So that kind of gets me going with the parties a lot too. So if you have a new business partner come in, do a party with them. And that's going to help you and them get started in their business.
Yeah. And I think, like, you have, like, most of your team is, like, near you, right? So you have, like, a really big team. No? Okay, so that's probably some of our issues, I think, because some of the line, they're like, oh, nobody's here with me, because they're so like, spread out. And so we try to tell them they can do virtual parties. But, of course, like, I'm now, like, you can FaceTime me while you're at your party. And I'll feel like I'm there. Like, I'll help you. Like, if you tell me enough time in advance, like, I can FaceTime and be at your party, like, with you.
Right.
But
yeah, my team, I just started building my team in my area, like, I'll say 2 months ago. Like, I have distributors, California, Alabama, Florida, Pennsylvania, and I only see them at Green Carpet or the one conference, like, literally. So don't think that you being in the area is going to stop your success. Nobody's stopping your success but you. So
that brings me to another question. I'm not about to keep you all night, but that brings me to another question.
You're fine.
Like, because no, these are good questions, and I'm just thinking about stuff that people ask me, and I'm just like, okay, that makes sense. So, for example, now that you do have a team, like a Richmond team, do you feel like it's a lot of competition because there are a lot of you guys in the area? Because we have some pockets on our team where there's like a bunch of distributors in the same area. And so sometimes they feel like they're tapping into the same customers and the same people. And we always try to tell them, like, it's, somebody that he or she doesn't. But just from your perspective, like, how would you go about that?
Ashley and I both went to Virginia State. So I'll have like like sorors, you know, I'm an AKA, and some of them will sign up as customers with her instead of sign up with me. Of course, I can be like, you my soror, you need to sign up with me, you know, but it's not that deep. It is enough to go around, y'all. Like, I promise you. And that's why we're using social media. Duh. Like, it's like if you, and also I just learned this on eSuite. You can go to like genealogy report and see where most of your customers are. So then you can tap into those other markets. So if you know you don't got no customers in Montana, then go on Instagram and follow a whole bunch of people from Montana. If you want to really get those customers and distributors from social media, you have to make sure that your posts are legit on social media. So don't be posting stuff in the dark or like with no lighting and stuff like that, or don't be posting like graphics and stuff, or they're not going to be interested in being a part of what you're doing, because you got to think about what would you be interested in. If you saw a graphic, would you stop and like it, or would you stop and engage with the person? So think about that as you're posting. So yeah, I use my market on social media, so I don't really care about.
I'm glad you said the graphic things, because we've been talking about that too, like the posts that are like pre-made, the black, green, and blue ones, or like join my team, try these 3 products, like no goes.
So. Yes, I hate it.
Oh my God, and then the sharing on Facebook. Like, shoot me, please.
Yes, like, are you working for me or your own business?
Yeah, so we have, we have 3 questions from everybody else. Okay, so Nayana, do you want to unmute yourself and ask the question, or you want me to read it?
I'm looking at it too.
Yeah. Do you want to ask it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask. So you said that you bring your chart with you everywhere. I have not even picked up my chart. I was wondering what was important about it. I looked at it, but I didn't really.
What's your goal?
Overall, I'm not trying
like for this month. What's your goal for this month?
I want to try to get to Ruby. Well, I'm not gonna try. I want to get to Ruby.
Okay, so if you are planning to get to Ruby, are you like a mathematician or something?
I like math.
You do?
Yeah, I love math.
Okay, I do too. I really do. And I feel like with those numbers and stuff, when it comes to that number game and you have to know what each person has and what they need, it's just too much for you to carry in your head. So if you're looking at a chart, you know that everybody is in the place they need to be. You know who has what. So if you get a customer in, I don't know how long they're going to keep the 72-hour thing going on, but usually we got 24 hours to move them. And if you're bringing... Huh?
That's the rule I'm enforcing. Don't even think about
that. Oh, okay.
I didn't even know it was still going on.
Yeah.
It was last week. Yeah. So I don't know how long that's going to stay. So I'm still trying to do the 24-hour thing. But with that, I feel like if I don't have my chart right there to know who needs it, then I'm going to end up forgetting to move it, or I'm going to move it to the wrong person. So that's why I think it's so important to have your chart with you. And then, so you'll like have a blueprint. You'll know what you're doing the whole entire month.
What are you moving though? Like
my customers, if I get a new distributor, I like stacking, guys. I'm a strong believer of stacking, so that if someone is not working, I will know I have someone in their place to give that volume to, or to eventually replace the person who's not working. So if I'm bringing in distributors, I can stack them under. If I'm going Ruby, I'll stack them under my Ruby chart, so that I can secure that rank and make sure that I can keep that rank until I progress to the next rank. As I'm bringing in customers, I don't keep them for myself anymore. I move every single customer that I get to help my business partners, because that our motto is one team, one mission for a reason, and you can't get it by not helping others. You can't progress without helping others in this business. So I move customers and
yeah. So what she's talking about, just to not confuse you, Nayana, because I don't think you've been in long. You haven't been in a month yet. Yeah. So after you get your first 4 loyal customers that we're talking about, so that you can get your shopping spree and other things like that, then you're able to start moving and helping your team members, because you are building. You've been able to bring in other people as business partners. So then you're able to start moving them to help them get faster qualified and to help them too. So yeah, that's what she's saying.
Okay.
Have you gotten any distributors yet?
I have one, but I haven't heard from her since she signed up. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. If you were looking at that chart and you knew that she was your only person that you had to work with, you would be contacting her, trying to get in touch with her and stuff like that. You'll know who you need to follow up with. And I get so many people, especially with last week's promotion, so many people, because they didn't have the Ruby chart printed out, they like literally have like 5 to 7 people all in one row. Because they don't know.
No, so I can move one under somebody else. Like I can move one. Okay.
Yes, and you need to look at your Ruby chart so you'll know 2 people need to go under 1 person. So if you weren't looking at that, you may keep them all straight in one row, and you can't promote like that.
Because right now I have 5, but I think they're all.
That net is showing that's the Ruby chart. So what you can do is get with Jasmine or Charmaine, and then they can like maybe do like a one-on-one charting session with you.
Okay.
So you can get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so someone else asked, I'm sorry, Nayan, did I cut you off or were you done? Okay, I don't want to cut you off. Okay. Someone else asked, how do you retain loyal customers in my phone? They said, the exact question was, I'm sorry. What's the best way to seal the deal with LCs?
The best way to seal the deal. Okay. Okay, y'all. It's easier for me to seal the deal with distributors than LCs. I love getting distributors because I think this opportunity is amazing, of course. So when it's time for me to get loyal customers or get volume, I literally have to go back and do research on how to get loyal customers again because I forget. So I seal the deal by posting consistently. I talk to them. I try to get them on the phone. If after I get a like or comment, I will basically go to them and say, hey, thanks for your love on my post. Are you interested in whatever? And I use that line for anything. Like, are you interested in the hair, skin, nails? Are you interested in my 90-day healthy hair challenge? Are you interested in another $500, making an extra $500 a month? So I just use that same line and switch it up. So if they say yes, my response is great. Can I get your phone number? I'll contact you with more details. If it's a loyal customer, I'm going to say, can I get your phone number? I'll contact you with more information on my discount. So after they send me their phone number, I call them, or I text them first and say, hey, girl, it's Tierra from Instagram or wherever. And they'll say, hey, I asked when is a good time to call. I call them. If I'm at work, when I was at work, I'll just text them the whole time. Depending on what my conversation is like with them, I basically let them know. So like if it's the hair, skin, nail, so the 90-day healthy hair challenge, you're going to use my hair, skin, nail vitamins. You're going to get my discount for life. You're going to try the hair, skin, and nail vitamins for 3 months. You're going to drink plenty of water, at least 8 glasses of water a day. So basically going over what the e-suite says. And I ask them, do they want to be a part of it? They say yes. I say, okay, great. Are you ready to place your order now? They say yes. I say, okay, I'm at my computer right now. I can take your order. If I'm texting them, I'll ask them like, are you ready to place your order now? They say yes. Then I'll say, okay, would you like me to call you, or would you feel more comfortable with me just texting me the order information? So some people would say, would you like to text me the order information, or would you feel more comfortable with me calling you? But I switch it because you have to also consider these people don't know me. So some people don't want to get on the phone with me. So depending on what they're doing, a lot of times they'll say, I'll just text it. And with the text message that I sent out, so I have like a text message basically laying out everything that I need. At the bottom of that message, it says like, I will delete your information and send you a screenshot for proof of deletion. And I also will send you a receipt via text and email. So they know that that's going to happen. So they send me their information. I place the order and send them my receipt, and that's it.
That was good. I like that. I like how you said you let them know that they're a loyal customer for life. So not just you're getting a discount, but that you're getting like the discount for life.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. We had another question. Chrissy, did you want to ask your question or you want to read it? I just like hearing y'all voices.
Yeah, I can access. So I have a lot of new people on my team, and so some of them have been trying to get loyal customers, and then they asked me like, what's the best way, like different ways of explaining like the 3-month discount, because they're saying like people don't want to commit. So I talking to them, trying to give them advice on that. But a lot of times what I tell people when I try to get them to commit is I let them know, like, you're not going to have results overnight. So you will need to use it for 90 days to really see those results. I've been telling them that. So they want to know, like, what are other ways?
Okay. I get that question from my team a lot too, so don't think it's just you. People think that they're like pulling a blanket over somebody's eyes or something, or like getting over on someone if they tell them about the 3 months. And you have to be careful with that, because if you feel that way, it's going to show when you're talking to a customer, and then they're going to automatically feel hesitant, participating in the 90-day whatever. But the way that I do it, I always word it as 90-day challenge. Like, always. Anything that you're coming to me for, I'm saying you're doing a 90-day challenge. So if you're trying to lose weight, you're doing a 90-day challenge. Whether you're using the same product or different products, it's still that. So then they're automatically knowing that they're using the product for 3 months. If it's a wrap challenge, I may say like 12-week challenge, switch it up. 12 weeks is still 3 months, so switch up that lingo. I try to explain this too. We all start at the same place. The way that we learned is by doing. So ignorance on fire and doing research. Like, there is no one right way to do it. So if they feel that what you're telling them is not sufficient, then they have to find a way. So do some research to see how other people are doing it and find out which way would be best for you. And even still, it may not work then. So I do say the same thing that you say. I let them know that, honestly, it makes more sense. If you're really trying to grow your hair out, or you're really trying to lose weight, of course you should use the products for just more than just 1 month, because you're not really going to see that much results in 1 month if you need to lose 20 pounds. Like, come on now. It's not magic. So I let them know that, like, from the jump. And I don't say commitment. I don't say auto shipment. I don't even say loyal customer. They don't know what that means. Like, new people just learn what that means themselves. So other people don't know what that means. So I just let them know the company is going to replenish their order monthly if they're participating in the 90-day challenge. So I just word it like that.
Yeah. So I am curious too to ask about, since you said that you love getting distributors. So what is the spill you feel like will definitely just seal the deal with them?
What I hear is the most problem with other people getting distributors is sharing with them that it costs $99 to join. And I never understood that, because when I know myself and I know other people. So when I'm sharing the opportunity with others, I let them know, like, we waste $99 on so many things. Like, for example, and I'll tell them this just like this. For example, you can go out to eat. Like, I would go out to eat with my coworkers, knowing that I brought lunch to work. I'll still go out to eat with them every single day and end up spending $100 over the course of a week when I could have ate my food. Knowing that my food is going to go to waste, I still do that. So if you know that you need a new opportunity to make income for your family, like, are you going to make that sacrifice and stop eating out, or are you going to still make an excuse saying that you don't have $99? I also compare spending the $99 for this opportunity to, hold on, Taylor, go to auntie, go get auntie phone. I share the opportunity I let them know, like, even if you were doing something as simple as getting like a lemonade stand, you're going to still have to buy the lemonade, the stand, the water, the cups, the pitcher. So that's still an investment in itself. I also share that this is a drop ship company. So whereas other companies, you have to have inventory at home, we don't have to do all that. They literally do everything for us. We're just placing the order. So I let them know how easy it is. Sometimes people say, like, oh, you made it seem like it was more easier than it is. No, you're making it seem like it's harder than it is. Because if you simplify it, then it will be easy. So those are like the main things that I say. So I think win them over. Hey, Audrey.
Look, she all in the camera too.
Taylor's like, hey guys.
Awesome. Okay, so I think that was like pretty much it for the questions I had, and that it's 9:30, so we actually didn't want to keep you this long.
I didn't realize.
Yes, I'm not sure if anyone else had any questions before we let her go. Maybe one more.
You have to cancel. Okay.
I got one more question. So I'm trying to reach out to like different people because I guess the people I follow, I don't know if they're interested. I know everyone's watching, but I don't think they're interested. So I'm trying to reach out to a whole different, I can't find my audience basically. How do you find your audience?
What are the top 5 things that you like to do or that?
I like designing. I like quotes.
Like your dog. You post them all.
I like my dog. Yeah, I like my dog. And I just like going to the beach. I like beautiful scenery. Yeah.
So those are you following people who like the same things, or because I find that go ahead.
I follow. Well, before I started changing it up, I only follow like clothing, like what the hype, I guess. So I'm not trying to follow that anymore.
Okay. You have to follow actual people. Make sure you're following actual people. Because if you're following only people who are posting scenery or quotes, they may not really be a real person. So you have to look at people with like real lifestyles. So someone who likes their dog, if they're just posting their dog consistently and they're not posting themselves, so they're not people who are interested in, I think people who are interested in like posting what they're wearing today or like outfits of the day or their child or something like that, they're more real. So they care about how they look. They care about how their child looks, what their child's well-being is like. So of course, those are the people who may be interested in the business. Do you have any children? No.
Okay. Yeah, and it's like I'm trying to reach out to the like a crowd older than me, but it's kind of hard because I don't feel like they relate. They don't follow that. They're not interested. But the younger crowd isn't either because they're not there yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Reach out to the people who you can relate to, because like I tell my distributors too. Yeah, college students and college students need this opportunity just like us. And my triple diamond leader, she was actually a college student working 2 or 3 jobs. So look at those college students who are working, those college students who are just living a life using their income check to get tattoos and stuff. They may not care about making money, but those who are actually working, then they do care about, making money on the side. They need it for their family. They understand they're going to be in debt once they finish school. So look at people like that.
And I think we have one more before we go. It just says, how do you react to your new DTs not responding? Everybody that recently just joined, this influx of people.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's for like some of my leaders, like they just starting to build their teams and stuff, and so they're just getting a feeling on how it feels when you get a team and you need them for a promotion and they're not responding.
Yeah,
how do you do?
I reach out to them like one good time, and like I'm constantly enrolling. Like I'm constantly enrolling because I realized that is. And it took me a while to realize that, but that's just the way of the business. Like everybody that you bring in is not going to work. And as soon as you can get over that and realize that, then you'll be perfectly fine to keep moving forward. So I replace them. Like I'll reach out to them one good time. If I put a whole bunch of volume, let's say they're $400 and the end of the month is approaching, I put a whole bunch of volume under them and I haven't had someone else to replace them yet, I will literally reach out to them and say, hey girl, are you good? Like do you want to take a break from the business? And I will turn their website off, because what you're not going to do is call customer service and cancel that account while I got that volume under you. So I will offer to turn their website off if they're not responding to me, if I need to use them to fill that box. So yeah. But I don't keep chasing them because it's no point. I feel like they may get even more annoyed and then they really might cancel and then you don't need that. So I just kind of leave them alone.
And that's what some of our leaders say. They always say, like, don't even worry. Like, don't even worry about it. It's like how you maintain or keep going. Like, just keep building. Like, keep recruiting, keep building your team, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been telling them too. And I kind of, I guess some of them probably would think that I'm a little nonchalant to the whole thing of DTs not responding, but I kind of been through that already. So now I'm just trying to get them to focus on their runners and building those spots that they need, but kind of like falling back a little. Because some people, it takes them a while to come around. Like they just not gonna work immediately. So if you got to go, you're going to have to work that leg to get where you need to go, and just focus on the people that's actually working. So that's what I kind of been telling them. So get it now.
And I also let my team know, like, I can get you there, but realize that while I'm placing these DTs under you, one, your check is not going to be as high as it could be. And I know that because I built my husband, so I can tell you. And then two, also realize that somebody under you is going to see the potential of this business, and they're going to take off, and it's going to make more sense for me to work with them instead of continuously working with you when you're not responding, you're not working, and you're basically just eating off of me. So I do let that be known.
Love it. Well, thank you.
Personally enrolled, definitely the extra 5%. Do something.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much, Tierra.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you for all of your little tips and the advice that you've given us for the night.
Yes.
Thank you.
Especially on vacation. And you'll be in Virginia Beach this weekend, right?
Yeah. Y'all going?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is your hubby going?
I had to give him a guilt trip. Look, you're
mine's going to
some of these people.
Yes. I said you gotta. Yeah, I had to do the same thing, girl. You going? Are you going?
So we see you this weekend. And you have a good trip. Well, you're already there, so have a good vacation.
Okay.
Bye.
Good talking to you all.
Yes. See you on Saturday.
All right. Bye.